Ten accidental inventions that changed the world. While some scientists must devote their entire lives to inventing a single tool, a groundbreaking, revolutionary method for solving the world's most challenging problems. However, other inventions stem from unexpected coincidences, things that everyone thought were meaningless. However, it's done. We should feel grateful and fortunate, because when all is said and done, all share a common purpose: to build a better world than ever before. In 1879, Russian chemist Konstantin Feyberg made a chance discovery. Saccharin, an artificial sweetener, was discovered under entirely unexpected circumstances. After a long and tiring day working in the laboratory, Feyberg forgot to wash his hands before having dinner. While eating the bread, he was stunned by its unusually sweet taste, and this sensation occurred with everything else he sampled. It turned out that the sweetener had inadvertently come from his own finger. He was utterly fascinated by this unexpected discovery. Feyberg returned to the laboratory and began tasting the various compounds one by one. His taste test led to the discovery of benzosulfamide. Nowadays, people usually call it saccharin. Thanks to a fortunate accident, the world had its first artificial sweetener when saccharin was discovered. Within the enclosed space of the laboratory, far removed from the bustling noise of the city streets, where history is quietly being written in an unexpected corner of the world. This glass rarely breaks. Have you ever dropped a glass jar and secretly wished it wouldn't shatter into 1,000 pieces? In 1903, the French chemist Benedictus experienced an exactly identical situation. But instead of just dreaming, he was the one who created a revolutionary invention. While working in the laboratory, Benedictus accidentally knocked over a flask coated with a solution of Niera's St. Lulosa, and surprisingly, it didn't shatter into countless dangerous, sharp pieces. The fragments retained their original shape thanks to a thin plastic film coating the outside. This accidental moment led to Mr. Fat's invention of multi-layered safety glass. By placing a layer of plastic between two glass panes, he invented the type of glass which he called chip-lake glass, and was patented in 1909. Initially, chip-lake glass was not widely used, and the real change happened in the 1920s, when car manufacturers began using windshields made of laminated safety glass. From that point on, multi-layered safety glass became the top priority choice for a vast number of applications. From car windows to high-rise buildings, all utilize it thanks to its outstanding safety protection and superior UV resistance. In 1895, German physicist Wilhelm Conrad Röntgen, researching cathode ray tubes in the laboratory at Warburg University, he expected nothing more than the scientific results achieved naturally. But a miracle happened. While engrossed in experimenting with his tubes, Brunton accidentally discovered a strange phenomenon. A fluorescent screen coated with polyplatino cyanide emits a vibrant green light. Although the cathode ray tube is enclosed in a rigid black casing that prevents light from passing through. This made him wonder what had caused that glowing phenomenon. Brunton's curiosity quickly led to an important discovery. The radiation rays you called X-rays penetrated through the layer of cardboard, and the screen stays lit without you having to look at it. Brunton continued conducting experiments by exposing various materials to X-rays, and discovered that X-rays could penetrate soft materials such as human tissue. But it gets stuck in denser materials like bones and metal. To verify this discovery, he took an X-ray photograph of his wife's hand. The result was that her bones and body contours stood out distinctly, as if a miracle were revealing itself from within. News of X-rays spread rapidly, and by 1896, doctors around the world have begun using X-rays to look inside the human body without the need for surgery. This surprising discovery, like many other great scientific findings, originated from fortunate accidents. Biotechnology has incredibly transformed how we understand and intervene in the human body. 4. Penicillin. In 1928, a chance occurrence led to one of the greatest medical discoveries of the century. Guy Alexander Fleming was an outstanding Scottish scientist. While on vacation, he accidentally left an uncovered petri dish in his laboratory at St. Mary's Hospital in London. Upon returning from his vacation, Fleming discovered that his culture dish had become covered with a greenish mold. Around this mucous membrane, the harmful Staphylococcus bacteria had astonishingly vanished. Fleming realized that the mold was Penicillium notatum, a species capable of producing penicillin. And that was the first antibiotic, and also the most effective one ever known. However, despite the immense significance of Fleming's discovery, the medical community at the time did not pay it much immediate attention. It was not until the late 1930s that this breakthrough was truly recognized and widely applied. When researchers at Oxford University, Howard, Florey, and Sir Cheyne, continued Fleming's work, it was only then that penicillin began to receive the serious attention it deserved. They succeeded in developing a method for mass-producing penicillin, starting with experiments on mice before advancing to human trials. Demonstrate its superior efficacy in treating bacterial infections. To this day, penicillin is still considered one of the greatest achievements in medical history and continues to play a pivotal role in treating infectious diseases. If you've ever used a post-it note to quickly jot down a reminder or stuck a note on your fridge, you have been fortunate to benefit from an excellent scientific foundation. These 3 small mallets were discovered entirely by chance in the late 1960s. Thanks to a mishap in adhesive experiments at Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing, a national grinding wheel company called Le Merit in the United States. Here, Dr. Spencer Silver was conducting research to develop a super-strong adhesive for the aerospace industry. However, he had inadvertently created a weak adhesive, a type that only lightly sticks to surfaces and can be easily peeled off without leaving any residue. Fundamentally, it fails to meet the stringent durability requirements of the aerospace industry. However, Silver did not give up. He continued to promote his strange frying glue within the company, hoping that someone would find a use for it. Afterwards, Art Free, a colleague who was also a scientist at the company and who incidentally also sang in the church choir, made a similar mistake. He could not easily mark his hymns with ordinary bookmarks because they tended to fall out. Fry suddenly had an idea. He realized it would be perfect for creating an elegant and reusable bookmark. Therefore, Fry and Silver collaborated and began experimenting with yellow scrap paper from a nearby laboratory. Indeed, post-it notes are an icon, first introduced in 1977 under the name Prince and Pew. This product lacked good adhesion and was not well received by users from the very beginning. However, by 1979, the company had changed its name to Port East North and launched a large-scale sampling campaign. Over 90% of recipients immediately wanted to buy them. The story of Port East North stands as proof that the most astonishing discoveries often come from the places we least expect. Sometimes, even an ordinary walk can lead to impressively groundbreaking scientific discoveries. 6. Microwave. In 1945, engineer Percy Spencer accidentally made a groundbreaking discovery while working at the Raytheon Company. A special type of tube capable of emitting microwave radiation is used in radar systems. During the device test, Spencer discovered a peanut candy bar in his pocket that had melted in a peculiar way. This made him wonder, could microwaves do more than simply heat up radar equipment? Curiosity drove Spencer to experiment with various types of food. The results were fascinating. The popcorn exploded very quickly, and one egg even burst from being heated too rapidly. Recognizing this as a revolutionary invention, Spencer built a metal box to contain the microwave energy and tested its ability to cook food. His invention was a success, leading to the creation of the first microwave oven. Raytheon quickly recognized the enormous potential of this new technology, and in 1947, they introduced the world's first commercial microwave oven, which had originally been developed specifically for radar applications. The 1960s saw technology continue its robust advancement, marked by the introduction of the countertop microwave oven. This appliance was compact, practical, and became increasingly accessible to consumers. This initiative marks a surprising turning point, ushering in a new era for food cooking and reheating methods. Meanwhile, in the field of adhesives, another breakthrough invention emerged from a similar accident, once again demonstrating the potential for discovering great things through simple cooking processes. In 1982, a memorable event occurred when a local diver named Myth accidentally discovered an ancient shipwreck off the coast of Uluburun Kas, Turkey. This ship has been dubbed the Titanic of the Mediterranean, a discovery completely distinct from any previous find. However, its location lies in a treacherous underwater area, posing significant challenges for access. Researchers estimate that fully exploring this time capsule would require more than 22,400 dives. a figure that demonstrates the difficulty of the task. The Institute of Nautical Archaeology undertook a large-scale mission spanning over 11 excavation seasons to uncover the mysteries of the shipwreck. They discovered that the ship was carrying over 20 tons of cargo, including copper and tin ingots, when it sank. However, this is only the beginning. Archaeologists have discovered a treasure trove composed of artifacts from at least 7 different cultures: Midnalites, Greeks, Sibs, Achabites, Canaanites, Syrians, and Nubians. The anti-poaching vessel is like a floating museum, housing peculiar artifacts such as elephant tusks, hippopotamus teeth, and tortoise shells. One of the most remarkable discoveries was a golden scarab beetle, believed to be connected to the reign of Queen Nefertiti, the legendary wife of Pharaoh Akhenaten. This has led to new scientific discoveries, unraveling the mysteries of ancient cultures and the commercial activities of civilizations during that period. At the end of the 16th century, the city of Bombay was buried under volcanic ash and sank into oblivion for nearly 1,600 years. In 1592, this event caught the attention of Italian architect Domenico Fontana while he was digging a canal. Although Fontana had discovered the ancient ruins of Bombay, he decided to keep the discovery a secret. It was not until 1689 that Francisco Fanchetti discovered an inscription on the ancient city wall, which documented the visit of the female town councillor of Bombay who had left her mark there. However, Fanchetti overlooked this detail, assuming it was merely a villain named Bombay, and thus continued on his journey. Thus, Bombay once again faded into obscurity. The discovery of Bombay only truly captured attention in 1748, when engineer Dreckenker dug a well and accidentally rediscovered this ancient city. Interest in Bombay began to increase in the mid-18th century, during the reign of King Charles III of Spain. When excavations are conducted methodically, the discoveries that follow are often of immense value. With a city almost perfectly preserved under volcanic ash, the buildings, frescoes, and everyday objects have been kept in an exceptional state. In the 19th century, Giuseppe Fiorelli revolutionized excavation methods by pouring plaster into the voids left by decomposed human remains. Create detailed reports documenting the final moments of Bombay's residents. These melodies not only offer profound insights into the lives of those who once inhabited this place, but also create deeply moving and haunting imagery. Not only was Bombay discovered by chance, but throughout history, many important and groundbreaking maritime discoveries have also emerged from such serendipitous events. John Hobbs is a renowned electronics engineer who invented the pacemaker, a device that plays an extremely vital role in modern medicine today. In the 1950s, Hobbs conducted research on the phenomenon of hypothermia in humans. He sought to apply radio wave technology to resuscitate and warm the body when its temperature dropped too low. During the testing process, he realized that when the body temperature drops too low, leading to cardiac arrest, external artificial signals can be used to stimulate the heart to resume functioning. After numerous trials and analyses, by 1951, Hobbs had finally succeeded in inventing the cardiac pacemaker. This device functions by electrically stimulating the heart, helping to maintain its rhythm during critical situations. Hobbs' heart pacemaker not only helped save the lives of patients with severe hypothermia, but also laid the foundation for the development of cardiovascular treatment technology in modern medicine. His invention significantly contributed to increasing patient survival rates and improving community health. And these are the accidental inventions that changed the entire world, proving that creativity doesn't always stem from clearly laid out plans. These unexpected discoveries have bestowed upon us invaluable humanistic lessons about curiosity, creativity, and the belief in our ability to derive meaning from what appears meaningless. We can learn that not everything always goes according to plan, but it is often the unexpected that opens doors to breakthroughs beyond imagination. If you find these stories interesting and informative, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to always stay updated on the exciting upcoming videos. Thank you for watching. See you all in the upcoming videos.